Hello, Robotics Notes fans. Happy August 5th. It is 12:23 in the morning. Whether I like it or not, I do like it. Because we're going to play Robotics Notes Elite like Animal Crossing. Tomorrow, the calendar says there's a day off, but it also said there was a day off on August 4th. So, who knows whether that's real. But I know today isn't off, and that's a certainty. So, we're going to load the data. As soon as I move my foot, maybe saying, Kylie, why did you have to move your foot to load the data? That's because my foot was tangled in the cord of the controller, so I was using my arm, my fingers, to move the cord. Let's load the data, shall we? Akio's been working real vigorously these last few days. She spent all of yesterday putting together the robot. We came to the robot clinic first thing in the morning today. Now she's building the robot's head. She's heating and pounding metal plates and bend them into the head shape. Though she's not very good at it. It's at least starting to look kind of like a head now. And it's pretty big, so she and Doc are both silently immersed in their work. There's nothing in particular for me to do. By the way, I still haven't told Akiho about the call from Misane. She called me, Tita's side, and she's been ignoring her sad little sis. Akiho would be devastated if she knew. I shouldn't tell Akiho about the Kamijima reports anyways, so this might be for the best. I just let her... Ugh. Just then, I hear a car horn. Is this... Did I... Oops. I put my mic in backwards. Oh man. I've been talking into the wrong side of the mic. I'm sorry, gamers. I'm sorry, gamers. Just then I hear a car horn from outside the store. When I check outside, for some reason, I find Subaru standing there. He's looking around, checking to make sure nobody else is here. Did you come to help? Of course I wouldn't do something as stupid as that. It'd be bad if my dad saw me. He then looked straight at me. Came to speak to you. About Robo 1? No, not that. Can you leave for a bit? We'd stand out too... They forgot to put a question mark there. Can you leave for a bit? We'd stand out too much talking here. It must be tough having to move around in secret from his old man. Subaru got in trouble for acting in secret to begin with, yet here he is continuing to do so. Derp. We distance ourselves from the robot clinic and walk to the Outlook Park nearby. It's actually just an open area made for watching rocket launches. In the distance, you can see the TNSC rocket launch site. People don't really come here these days, which makes it the perfect place to talk while avoiding the eyes of others. Subaru and I slowly walk side by side across the spacious lawn. The sun is shining bright, so just this little walk is making me sweaty. So, what's going on? It's about the JAXA support. Aki-chan turned it down, right? It's over? So the JAXA person in charge, Tanoji-san, was it? It seems she still hasn't given up. Yeah, she's dropped by a few times since then. Akio said she introduced herself to Michi on the day of the festival. To be honest, I'm fully in support of Tanoji-san's proposal. Nate Tanoji's proposal. Cease production on Model 1 and begin building a Model 2 from scratch. However, due to my position, I can't openly speak about it. That's why I'm telling you. What's that supposed to mean? I can't be a visible member of the robot club. If my dad catches me again, he may actually disown me. Ah, that's why. Subaru, you love your old man, don't you? I have nothing but contempt for anyone who doesn't love their family. It's not like I hate the idea of being a fisherman, and I fully understand where my dad's coming from. I had dreams of doing things other than becoming a fisherman, but I made up my mind to give up on them. Made up his mind, huh? Sure doesn't look like he has. So, this dream, or perhaps I should call it a hobby, I'm only going to continue it in secret from my dad until I graduate. I realize I was far too open about it until now. I'm going to restrain myself a bit and enjoy it just enough so I don't get caught. I want to keep this under the radar. I don't want to hurt my parents any more than I already have. So in terms of the whole JAXA issue, I don't plan on being upfront about it. You want to pull the strings from the shadows? You think like me? Please don't lump me in together with you. How did it feel when that pretty girl from JAXA called you a hero, though? What? Don't make fun of me. I have no intention of revealing my identity. His face goes bright red. He's clearly shook. This is why I just can't stop teasing him. I get it. So, you're opposed to continuing to work on the current robot. And you want me to convince Aki-chan to get on board with JAXA's proposal, yeah? Correct. Prototype Model 1 has far too many issues. And on top of that, it just looks really lame. The problem is that I have zero interest in robots. No matter what I say, it'd go in one ear and out the other. End of story. As for things looking cool or lame, that's up to personal taste. Let's be realistic. Press said that entry into the Tokyo Expo is already complete. I assume you know that there are inspections, yes? Actually, now that you mention it, I had no idea. I mean, I literally didn't care. Up until recently, I didn't even think we'd make it in time. General participation is a special rule for this expo only. Inspections are held 2 months prior and just before. Considering the degree of completion of Prototype Model 1, it could be disqualified during the inspections. And if it's disqualified, it can't be in the expo? Correct. The most important factor in these inspections is safety. If Prototype Model 1 moves, there's a high risk of it toppling over. While the risk is reduced by the addition of the wheels at the tip of the feet, it's still dangerous. Even equipping crawlers would better improve its mobility. Crawlers? Caterpillar tracks. They appear in Gundam, if you recall. Feet that look like tank treads. Why didn't you just call them that from the start? Because they're crawlers. What's the difference? Caterpillar is a trademark of Caterpillar Inc. If you don't call them crawlers, you'll be embarrassed when people see you as ignorant. Why sweat the details? Who cares? You know better than Michi and his pro tips. How wooed. You lack common knowledge, so I'm just trying to help you, Yashio-senpai. I honestly couldn't care less. More importantly, what were you talking about again? The high possibility of being disqualified from appearing in the expo during the safety inspections. Coughing. Not Kino. The most embarrassing thing for a bipedal robot is toppling over. A developer who cannot solve this issue is not qualified to present at the expo. Period. That's a little harsh. The possibility of toppling over isn't the only issue. Prototype Model 1 has another serious defect. The cockpit is inside the body. The giant robots being developed by companies around the world are commonly remote operated. There's no reason or logic behind having the operator inside of the robot. Is it just me, or is Subaru getting more and more heated? Aki-chan said something about it being the dream or whatever. Being disqualified during inspections due to during inspections due to defend a worthless ideal is putting the cart before the horse. And remember, you're currently the prime candidate for riding inside that cockpit. Do you want to die when it topples over? Whoa, hey now. I just felt my butt pucker up when he said that. At the very least, you should be insisting on safety improvements, otherwise someone will get hurt. Well, I have no intention of piloting that thing. But she insists on it being you. Then I'll refuse. If Akio somehow beats me in a match, though, fine. I'll be a sportsman and pilot it. Anyway, Subaru-kun, you're forgetting something very important. Our sponsor's intentions. So, you'll make Daichiku-senpai pilot a defect that has a high chance of getting into an accident? I suppose that's how things will turn out. Daichiku-senpai is just an amateur. Heck, so am I. I was only the operator at Robo 1 because the kill ballot system was loaded into Prez. There's no reason why I have to be the one piloting that thing. So you'll run away and make a girl face danger in your stead? You're a scum, senpai. Alright, you know how to talk, I'll give you that. Feel like laughing out loud. To be perfectly honest, I couldn't care less about what happens to anyone aside from Aki-chan. Oof, okay, I took that one too far. I just mean I can't make light of Akiho's feelings is all. Of course, I don't want Juna to die. But if nothing else, I don't plan on taking Subaru or Jax's side on this. And I don't want to talk about the Robot Club's direction and secret behind Akiho's back. I do get that Subaru and Jax are probably in the right on this. So you intend to just leave things as they are, even though there's a high chance of something bad happening? Why don't you just tell Aki-chan all this yourself? She's too emotional about it. She's not going to listen to me or Tanoji-san. And she won't listen to me either. That's just how Aki-chan is. You really don't care about the Robot Club, do you? Subaru's gaze is scornful and merciless. Well, I can't claim to have been that observant. I just can't wrap my mind around the relationship you have with the Prez. At times, you're excessively lenient toward her, yet at other times you're harsh and cold. Which is it? What are you trying to do? Why are you even a part of the Robot Club? Boy, no mercy today, huh? You know, Subaru-kun, lately I've come to realize that you're a pretty passionate guy. I'm not the subject right now. Or is there some secret as to why you're dodging my question? If you want to know, how about a match? Very well. I'll face you 100 times if I have to, even 200. Alright, this technique doesn't work on Subaru. I smile bitterly and gaze out at the TNSC VAB in the distance. I'm like Aki-chan's guardian. I was asked to take care of Aki-chan for me. I'm just keeping that promise. I try not to help her directly. I just give her my support. I hate how you're acting all high and mighty. It's irritating. See? You are super passionate. Subaru lightly clicks his tongue, turns around, and starts to head back toward the park exit. I stay where I am. You should seriously hit Aki-chan with some of that passion of yours. I get the feeling that things might actually work out if you did. I speak to his back. Subaru doesn't respond. And that, ladies and gentlemen, of the jury, is another episode of Robotics Elite like Animal Crossing. I will see you in 2 days. 2 days from now. With another episode of Robotics Elite like Animal Crossing. Nochio!